think you gotta get the blue card in here. Because then after you get the blue card, it looks like you can finally open it up. See, then he dropped another one.
Pretty sure this is based on Chip's challenge.
Sleep mode.
Hey, mind hitting pause real quick?
What for?
You gotta make like a vegetable thief and take a leak.
Oh, for crying out loud. Hurry up! We don't have all day to be doing this.
Hello, Janitor Jake!
Ah, for Pete's sake. Chris K, the film guy, and I are busy filming an episode for the American Gaming Geeks. So what do you want?
I have a trailer out for the newest upcoming Bubsy game, and it would be furry cool if you could check it out.
Yeah, you know, it's not like I'm busy or anything like that. Well, whatever. Let's see it.
Well, strap in your paws, 'cause you're in for a crazy ride!
Hey, buddy.
Wide Mark, you'll see your Sydney.
Bubsy, Paws on Fire, a new game by Accolade.
So, what did you think?
I have no idea. I could barely keep up with what was going on. Everything was all just freaking out, acting like it was completely on crack. Holy smoke.
Well, you could always slow it down.
Well, I guess that's what we gotta do, huh? Whatever, so let's take it step by step, shall we? Well, right off the bat, you already irritate me, because it looks like an auto runner. Every Bubsy game up to this point has been pretty much a normal platformer, but because so many people complain about the game, you decided to change the playstyle instead of fixing the issues people had. I mean, what's next? Bubsy Pachinko? Alright, continue on. Well, I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. It kind of looks like the map from Super Mario Bros. 3. So is this supposed to be some form of stage select? Or is it some board game, like an extremely knocked off version of Mario Party? Either way, it reminds me of Mario, so I guess a lot of people are going to start calling you a Mario ripoff now. So, whatever. Next. Alright, now you're just doing it on purpose. Everyone's been calling you a Sonic ripoff since the beginning, even though I considered you more Sonic-inspired, since you did bring different styles of gameplay. But now you're just going completely out of your way to rip off the bonus level in Sonic 2. Okay, so we got just a normal-looking level. You know, I really do enjoy the color palette for this. I like the neon-y blues and oranges and stuff. It reminds me of the Woolly Strike Back, and I really enjoyed the colors in that game. Alright, what's next? Alright, so you got a horizontal shoot-'em-up section, which is reminiscent of Bubsy 2. But you do realize you're gonna get tons of hate for this section, right?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, every gamer out there is magically a shoot-'em-up god, so they think they know absolutely everything about what they like to call shmups. They'll whine and cry and say how it's not like the Cotton series, or Darius, or Einhander, or Gradius, or R-Type, or Thunder Force. Now just because you put a little shoot-'em-up section in a platformer game, if it's not the greatest shoot-'em-up out there with power-ups and the whole 9 yards, there will be a massive witch hunt for this game. Huh, and I just noticed something. You play as a Woolly during this section. I mean, it's kind of clever. Since the Woolies fly around on ships, why not play as the Woolly during this part? So does that mean you can pick different characters? That would be pretty cool. So, what's next? Well, I guess you answered my question, it sure looks like it. And I love how the older characters come back. Arnold was in the failed pilot for the Bubsy cartoon and played a part in Bubsy 2, even though it was only for a minigame section. Another character to show up is Virgil. Even though he wasn't a playable character, he was in the cartoon and the comic book from the Bubsy 2 manual. Now, I don't know if he's a playable character, but that would be pretty cool. And then you got Wooly. Wooly? Why is its name Wooly? Are all Woolies named Wooly or just this one? Now, the Woolies are supposed to be the enemies of Bubsy, but apparently this one's a friend. And are you guys going to explain it? Probably not, but you know what? You better. You better explain it. But you won't. I know you won't. You just think it's funny to not explain anything. So, whatever. Next. Okay, so it looks like the checkpoints are back, even though they're absolutely ginormous. And it looks like we have floating brains with eyes. Okay, so possibly a variety of enemies like in the old Bubsy games, which would be a lot better than the Woolies Strike Back, which had almost no enemy variety. And speaking of the Woolies Strike Back, it looks like you brought back the floating platforms. So it is pretty awesome seeing stuff come back from the older Bubsy games. That stuff I think is great. So anyway, next. Okay, so now you're ripping off the cherries straight out of the Mario games. You know, that's really nice. That's really nice. Keep bringing up the idea that all the Bubsy games are nothing but rip-offs and copycatting. Just keep doing it. Keep bringing it up because you think it's hilarious. Stupid. Whatever. Next. Alright, so we have a stage that takes place in what looks like a zoo, which is pretty nifty, because we haven't had a zoo stage yet in the Bubsy games, as far as I know. You know, and I just noticed something else. Is that a puzzle piece in the upper left-hand corner? If you go back, it looks like you collect puzzle pieces for something, and the upper right-hand corner looks like it spells out bonus. So do you spell out bonus and then go to a bonus stage, or do you collect something in the bonus stage to collect the bonus letters and get something special? So that's pretty cool. Next. So we get to what looks like a possible swamp stage. And I love swamp stages in video games, so hopefully it is. Next! Alright, so we got a place called the Shoppery. You know, it kind of looks like the place in Bubsy 2 where you can buy various items to help you out in the game. And is that more collectible stuff down there at the bottom? That would be pretty cool. And you know what I think is really awesome? Huh! Terry and Terry's back! At least I hope it's them. Terry and Terry is Bubsy's niece and nephew, who also appeared in the cartoon and the comic. And you can play as the nephew Terry in Bubsy 2 if you play 2-player. So I definitely hope it's them, even though it doesn't really look like they're going to be playable characters. Maybe just a cameo appearance in the Shoppery. But whatever. Next. So we got the TNT boxes like in the first game, but it does not look like it blows you sky high, which is kind of disappointing. And for the end of the teaser trailer, we have a place called the Research Center, with the playstyle like Crash Bandicoot or 3D World Runner. However, it's probably just a transition shot.
What did you think?
You know, to be honest, it actually looks pretty cool. You have the old characters returning, what looks like a bonus stage, some collectibles, and a variety of enemies. Really, the only things that disappoint me is that it does not look like there is much stage variety, or that many stages to begin with, which I really hope is not true. I really hope that there are tons of stages and tons of variety to the stages. And the other thing that kind of disappoints me is it looks like you made it an auto runner. I don't really want that. I want to be able to explore and putz around and take my time like I did in the previous Bubsy games. And to be honest, this is what the Woolies Strike Back should have been. Now don't get me wrong, I really enjoy the Woolies Strike Back, but it was pretty basic with almost no variety to anything. However, Paws on Fire looks like it has awesome cameos and tons of variety. However, you poo-pooed on it by making it an auto runner.
Well, I have to get going, but I got a question for you. Are you gonna purchase it?
Well, I am a pretty big Bubsy fan, so I probably will. But I do want to see some goodies come with it. I want it to be a physical release, and I want it to have a comic book, and I want it to come with stuff like Bubsy the Woolly Strike Back Perfect Edition had. That's what I want.
Well, we shall see.
Alright, well, when's the release date for it?
2019. See you later.
Huh, well, thanks for being specific. Whatever, I guess that's what the internet's for. Oh, the first quarter of 2019, huh? Well, at least that's more specific than Bubsy was. And the website, Bubsy.com, says there are over 100 levels, and the 4 playable characters will change up the way the game is played. Well, at least I now know that there are more than just a few levels. You know, and now that I think about it, there might not be a specific shoot-'em-up stage. So if you play as Wooly the entire time, this whole game could be a big giant shoot-'em-up. So that's pretty interesting. Has this been recording the whole time? Ah, for crying out loud. Well, whatever, I guess I could make an episode out of this. So, anywho, Bubsy, Paws on Fire looks like a pretty interesting and fun game. I think I will definitely pick it up. Really, the only gripe I have about it is that it looks like it's an auto runner. But you brought in a lot of cameos, and it looks like you brought in tons of variety to the game. Like I said before, this is what the Woolly Strike Back should have been. But whatever, I will take it as it is, and hopefully it's a very fun and enjoyable game. So whatever, I'm Janitor Jake, and I want you guys to have a perfect day. Stupid. Okay. Where the heck did you go to take that whiz? Moscow?
Okay, Michael Keaton, been watching a little too much Dream Team.
Actually, yeah, it's a pretty good movie. Pretty good movie, not gonna lie.
Alright, we're gonna get to playing this game or what? Okay. My bad.
It is your bad. Let's do this now.